Oh, you bought a
I
dust
bought
boot.
dust boot.
You bought something?
It was a Christmas gift. Yes, I did.
Usually you just smuggle it out in your vagina.
Which one?
Dust boot.
The old prison pocket.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Boneyard Arcade Podcast. As always, I'm Lucky.
I'm Dan.
And
Wait, I'm Grim. No, wait.
I hate you.
I'm Grim.
We have a special fucking guest.
Yeah, I know, I
Fucked
fucking-
everything up. With us today, we have AstroKerrie,
What's
a
up?
fucking sick cunt who
Hi.
we dragged over. She was in Sydney, so we were like, hey, come be on our shitty show.
Yeah, I missed my first flight, but it's okay because I got the second.
Yeah, what the fuck? How did you manage
I
that?
just slept in.
You had alarms set,
I had
though.
3 alarms set, and they're all. I checked them and I double checked them because I'm the worst at
Obviously
waking up.
fucking didn't.
And I when I woke up, there was birds tweeting, and the sun was up. I was like, I fucking missed my
Fuck!
fuck.
What
Yeah.
time was your original flight? Because you ended up flying like way later.
My original flight was at like 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay. I was, because when you woke up and you were like, I've missed my flight. That was
was
at
like
like
11.
12 o'clock or
Yeah.
something. I was like, Kerrie, you lazy bitch.
Yeah,
Get up and get to
I,
Sydney.
If I don't have a reason to wake up, I don't. I
Is a
sleep.
flight not reason enough to get up?
No, but like I said, I had like 3 alarms set, and no.
Just didn't happen for you.
Yeah.
I don't trust you at all.
And then I got on the plane, and when the plane was landing, lightning struck the airport.
What?
So
Did you not hear about that?
No, I fucking hear about this. What happened?
Lightning struck the airport, and so all of the staff went inside for their own safety, and so we sat on the tarmac for like 25 minutes because there was a lightning.
Doesn't
strike.
lightning strike shit all the time?
Sydney
Yeah.
is cursed for me. Okay, Sydney is a cursed place. It punishes me for
Nobody
this.
wanted Kerrie to be here. Sydney was just like, hey, that Kerrie bitch
It's
is coming.
warning, stay away.
And just fucking
Okay.
turn on the
Yeah.
electrical circuits and stuff and just
Yeah.
fuck everything up for everybody.
Make everything painful. But
So,
no, I'm here now.
You're
So,
good. You're
yeah.
good here. It's good to have you.
And you came to Sydney for a special thing?
Yeah, I'm here to celebrate the Overwatch 2-year anniversary with Blizzard. So yeah, I get to go see Blizzard HQ tomorrow. I'm pretty.
Damn.
I'm gonna go nag them about Diablo 4.
I like that was what you decided that you were going to do. You're like, yeah, I'm here for Blizzard's thing for
Yeah.
Overwatch. How's Diablo
How's
going?
Diablo going?
That's when you know you've done some stuff with them and
Yeah.
you've got the ability to just be like, hey, fuckers, like...
Yeah.
Oi,
Yeah.
fuckers.
Yeah. Tell me about Diablo.
So
please.
you're like, you came here for, obviously they've invited you to this party.
Yes.
That they're having this big event.
Damn,
Tell
she's
people who
special.
may not know who you are what you do. Like, what are you known for?
Well, cosplay would be the main thing.
Uh-huh.
That's how I met you guys back in the day.
Hence why it's the two of us talking
Yes,
to you tonight.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Despite the fact that Chloe can talk to literally every person on the planet, you'll be like, here, Chloe, sit with this person and talk to them. And she'll be like,
Yeah.
meh. But obviously
Cosplay. Woo.
Cosplay,
Yeah.
So-
cosplay and LARP. I do a lot of cosplay and LARP around Australia. Recently, I've done a lot of more promotional work with video games like Blizzard. So it's been
There's no words.
it's been great.
So I would assume that most people who watch the podcast would know what like LARPing is. But
Sure.
like if you could like break it down to people who might not know, I don't want to like insult
Yeah.
anybody
It's
out there. but-
it's live action roleplay.
Live action role play.
Wow, I see you've watched Role Models. Yeah,
Role
fucking.
Models, as good a movie it is not a good illustration of what love.
No,
you
but
sure?
fuck, it's good.
He's got a
Fuck,
pet
it's good.
turtle.
Yeah,
Of course
it's
he's got a
good.
pet turtle.
Kiss my Anthea. All right, okay. Give us LARP. Tell us what LARP is. I've seen LARP in the
LARP
form of movies and shit, but I've never
LARP
done it.
is
So.
if you take, like everyone's played some form of role play game, whether it be World of Warcraft or D&D or Pathfinder, and you pretty much take the character that you've created and you dress up as that character and you role play as that character around a bunch of other people, and yeah, it's good times.
I was going to say the only role playing I've done is like the one where you pretend to be a vampire and then somebody else is
World
a
of
vampire and
Darkness.
then you do the butt sex.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not
World of
it's
Darkness. It's called World of Darkness.
I don't think it's an actual game. It was just a really seedy chat room
No.
where everyone was like sexy vampire 17 and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get with that guy.
You would really like World of Darkness LARP.
What's that?
It's a vampire LARP. Check it out.
Do you have butt sex at the end?
Yeah.
It has a bit of a stigma around it because where other LARPs are much more like you physically have to act out what you're doing, and so if you're going to lie to someone, you have to be a good liar to get away with your lie.
Oh, that's cool.
But games like World of Darkness have a lot of abilities that your character can have where you just go, I use my lie ability and if the person that you're playing against has to just believe you, they have no choice. Even if they know that you're lying, because you've used your skill against them, they have to be like, okay, I believe this really.
Right, your shitty lie. It's like the earth is
lying,
flat.
but I have to believe you because your character has used this ability. So World of Darkness.
I would play that one.
Yeah.
With the butt sex. That's all I know.
You're just in it for the butt sex. You know there's other ways to get butt sex,
you
right?
Can just have butt sex.
I don't know what those are. Are you not? It feels like somebody's judging. I hear Chloe laughing in the background.
God,
Chloe, I'm going to throw wet ones at you, stupid bitch.
I'm more judging your avenue into butt sex. Like, you could just get the butt
Do you
sex.
know how uncomfortable butt sex is, though?
Yeah.
It feels like you have to take a poo every 3 seconds.
And not in a good way.
But I feel like diving into a whole world of being a vampire to get butt sex is like the long way around the situation.
That's because it's not necessarily all about running at the butt sex for Dan. It's not about running at it
earning
with your asshole first.
Wait, you don't run backwards and just like spread the shit? No, okay. All right.
Texas.
Yes.
Soon.
Yes.
We will do that.
We'll try that out. I'm going to get fucking arrested or shot.
With the butt sex.
Yeah. You can.
Texas, here we come.
I mean, we did mention it earlier. You can go topless in Texas. Or you can go topless in Austin.
Austin.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could go topless in.
You get fucking shot elsewhere.
Houston, maybe not.
You get shot everywhere in the US.
I want to Google that now.
Yeah.
I've ruined
Yeah.
this
You got to find that out. So you're in LARP. You obviously that involves a whole lot of armor and big weapons and.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes?
you can have small weapons, I guess.
You could be a bard. You could be a Democrat.
Nobody wants to.
Democrat.
What do you LARP as? Like, what's your character like?
It depends on the game.
Yeah.
Every game has different settings, whether it be a fantasy, whether it be sci-fi. But you can literally be anything that you want to be. So let's say if you go to a game that's set up in a fantasy setting, you could be an orc merchant. You could be a dwarf.
Right.
Peasant. You could be literally anything that you want to be within the realm of the rules of the game.
Yeah.
It's whatever you like.
So there are obviously set rules and things like that. So you can't just rock up to to a LARP game and be like, I'm a mystical space wizard.
I'm Batman.
Honestly,
and
do. Hey, like some people,
some cunts just fucking roll in and they're like, I'm David Bowie, I'm the space boy.
And
all right.
they just play these most outrageous characters that are like, I never talk to anyone. I don't trust anyone. I just sit in dark corners and brood.
All right, emo kid, relax.
Yeah, pretty much. But it depends. It depends again on the warband that you join. Like some warbands have ranking systems, so you have to kind of like earn your play. If you want to be a knight, for example, you have to make your way up. It depends. It totally depends on the game that you're playing.
Do you have a preference of like what you
like to play
like
personally?
to be?
I like playing like witches and like
you
real
do.
odd kind of characters. Yeah, but like I think one of the funnest characters I've ever played was an orc. I ran this warband called the Feminorcs, and we're all female orc warband that sold wine and cheese.
Wow.
You sound like every women on the weekend ever. Everyone's like, wine and cheese.
It was so good, and we all had these masks on. We were filthy. Hey, we like walk around like full plate armor, like just being absolute trolls. And it was amazing.
You told me we had a moment before because we both use a public bathroom, and we were talking about how it was going to be. Yeah,
was it a team?
We were like, yeah, I can go pee in the public bathroom. Fuck yeah, I haven't done it in ages. And then she was like, you haven't actually experienced a terrible toilet until you've gone to an orc camp.
Say like a female bathroom or something.
It was an actual orc camp at one of the LARPs that I visited, and it was just a pile of sticks. It was in character.
Wait, so you pissed on a pile of sticks?
Yeah.
What if you have shit? Did you shit on the pile of sticks or you shit under the sticks?
I didn't need to.
You put it in your butt and you like swivel it around and then you pull it out and
like
then you charge people.
That's why they're mad all the time, because they use sticks as toilet paper.
They just stick them up their ass.
It's like a cotton bud.
They're in it for the butt sex as well, Dan.
They're in it for the hard times and the good times.
At the same time. They're all the same times.
No, but I mean, when you're in LARP, because most LARPs are set up, you go camping. So whether it be a weekend game, so you get there Friday and then you leave Sunday, or a lot of games run an entire week, so you get there Monday, you leave the following Monday. You're out camping. You're in for the long haul. So yeah.
See, that's where I draw the line. I don't camp.
I love it. Hey.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
I could tell.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, she'll be alright. Go fucking camping with the trolls and shit.
Good time.
So do you do like the Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah,
as well? So
yeah.
do they have much of a connection? Like, do most people who play like do LARP?
Pretty much LARP is the next step from any kind of pen and paper tabletop game. So if you play Pathfinder, if you play D&D, you would really like LARP. And like a lot of people aren't really sure how to get into it because they think that when you start, you have to have these amazing costumes and you have to be super good at roleplay. But roleplay is pretty difficult to get into. Like, it's not a easy skill to have. A lot of actors suck at it too, honestly. And honestly, like, some of my first costumes that I made it from like sheets from an op shop and kind of just threw it together, and I borrowed some armor from people that I played with. And most games are like that. Like, the community are happy to lend you stuff. So if you don't know how to get involved in a game, literally just go on Facebook, find the local page for your game, and just go, hey, I'm interested in joining, who can help me out? And heaps of people will be like, yep, we got you, here's some armor, here's some weapons, come join us.
That's good.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Is it different from like cosplay community, because you do cosplay as well? Would you say like the dynamics are different? Like, are people friendlier, for lack of a better word?
It can depend. Like, it depends on the community. I grew up in Perth, and
Perth,
the community there is fucking great. Hey, like, everyone there is. I miss them. I miss them a lot. They're fantastic people and just super welcoming and inclusive and just bring you in. There are cases of, like, you hear stories of people being a bit about
bit of a shit cunt.
Yeah, just because, like, they're really, like, elitist about what should and shouldn't be.
Right, okay.
They exist everywhere, unfortunately, but honestly, you just kind of find your people and stick with them and you're fine. Yeah.
Same as cosplay though.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we found out.
Yeah.
Like, everybody steps into the cosplay world and they're like, I want to be the best and I want to do all this and I want to make this, and by the end of it you're just old and jilted and you're just like, I don't know, fuck
I hate
it.
you all.
Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. We'll fucking see.
Maybe I'll get to the con at 9, maybe I won't.
I'm doing that more and more these days. When Dan bought his Captain America cosplay, and he was like, "Are you gonna do Black Widow?" And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do Black Widow. And so I ordered it, and I was all like, I'm waiting for it to arrive. I'm still waiting for it to arrive.
Yeah, I figured.
The con's next week. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, think, what kind of cosplays could I do? And in the back of my head, this little voice is in there. It's like, no, you own lots of nice clothes. You could just wear those. And I'm like, ooh. And it's like, hey, you don't have to get to the con to line up if you don't want to. You could just go later. And I was like, oh my God, you're talking so much sense, random Gabby voice. And it's like, yeah, now buy some pizza. And I'm like, I'm going to do that. So I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm kind of like, I'm almost over conventions in a way. Like, not RTX, but like, just everything's the same these days.
Well, I like working at conventions.
You like working at conventions?
I pretty much worked at every convention that I've been to in the last 5 years.
Yeah, right.
And it's been great. Like, I like working conventions. And so, like, if there's a convention coming up that I'm not working at, I'm like, do I bother? I guess I should show my face. Like,
Get
do
there,
social media
say
stuff.
hi.
Yeah.
Like, hi guys.
Take a selfie and then take my whole costume off.
I do exactly the same thing. I pile on everything and I do like a full face of makeup. I take one selfie and I'm like, oh my God, cute.
Yeah.
And then I go into the shower and I'm like,
goodbye. Everyone was like, oh, Kerrie, I was really looking forward to seeing you in that costume. I'm like, oh, you missed out.
sorry,
I took it off already.
Sorry, fucker.
Yeah.
You're not going to be you're not Supernovering next week.
No, I'm
'cause you live
flying
in
back.
Melbourne,
I'm flying back for Melbourne Comic Con in 3 days.
which would
This
have been
weekend.
past now because this comes out on
Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
I still can't figure out the time differences.
Yeah.
Like in the past.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it would have just
Time
happened, so-
traveling, yes.
So with you in cosplay, and it's funny because it attaches to LARP, and it's perfect because this is you, like, in a nutshell. Basically, you do big armored cosplays, and you're practically, to me anyway, you're a living, breathing, walking barbarian.
Yes,
as
it's
a
true.
human.
Or a dwarf.
You drink beer like it's going out of fucking stock. And you love the big armored shit. You
I'm all
don't
about it. Hey.
don't go down the path of like, oh, I need to make sure that my tits are out enough in this one to enjoy it. No.
I
Relax.
love having my tits out.
Relax.
I
You're on the
don't
defensive
have
lately.
tits
Relax.
to get out. I just
Yeah,
come
you're
in.
just
Neither do I, really.
You're just like, I just want
Chloe
to be
just
a
gave us a wave. Yeah,
fucking.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, babe.
You're just like, I just want to be a fucking barbarian. I don't give a shit if it's in a potato sack or if it's in like big armored. Fuck off.
I just love how I feel in armor. Like, one of my favorite costumes is my Crusader from Diablo 3, and wearing that thing, like, my shoulders come out to here. I have these big hip tassets. I have this big fuck off door shield. I just march through the fucking con. I'm like, and it's great.
Have you started working on? I never pronounce her name right.
Brigitte.
Brigitte.
No. So I've made her basic version, and I am going to make her main one. But I'm waiting on someone to help me with the pattern pieces. I'm going to make it similar to how, if you're familiar with Scrap Shop Props,
Yes.
they made that huge Reinhardt costume.
Yeah.
Well, I've been talking to them and I was like, dudes, your Reinhardt turned out so fucking awesome. I want to make it like that. And so they're going to help me follow the same process that they went through when they made Reinhardt.
Right.
But they are in the process of moving states.
Oh,
So,
right.
yeah.
So you're gonna wait for them to
when
be
they
like,
have their things
"Hey."
together, then I'll be able to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you had like a thing for barbarians and Vikings and that kind of thing since you were young, or was this just something you fell into during your cosplay journey?
Well, no, I've kind of just always liked aggressive characters, I guess.
Aggressive
I don't know if
characters.
that's something to be concerned with, but yeah, like especially when I come into LARP, like I just really like armor. Like it's just dope. I think it looks fantastic, and especially when I have my sponsorship from Epic Armory, who provide me with a great deal of my steel plate armor that I wear for LARP, and I can use that to alter and adjust to whatever I want, and it's just fun. I enjoy wearing it, and the people seem to like seeing me in it. So
I do. I love that shit.
Yeah, it's really
so
good.
fucking good.
It's really good, and like you're true to that whole design.
yeah, I
You're
love
just
it.
like, give me the fucking.
Because
big
when they
armor.
brought up Begita, I was like,
I know.
she's
You lost your
she
shit.
like I was like literally like the day before someone had photoshopped her face onto the Crusader's body.
Yep.
And like I am the biggest Crusader slut. Hey, I love the Crusader. And so I saw that picture. I was like, if Overwatch release a fucking female Crusader, I'm gonna lose my mind. And like next morning, honestly, like I was like making memes. I was just sitting on my computer making memes
remember.
all day.
I
with
remember
Begita.
that morning.
Yeah.
Sitting there and I was watching it. And I was just like, damn, Kerrie's on a roll today.
Carrie's on her. Yeah.
She's gone mental with
It was
this.
because I had just finished. It was season 12 of Diablo, and so I had finished my Crusader set for that season. And like, you know the meme of the guy, he's holding hands with a woman, and he turns around, and he's looking at that other woman.
Yes.
I'd like photoshopped Brigida, and then the old like the Crusader skin.
Yeah.
And so it was like me holding the Crusader, going back at Brigida, going like, oh,
Oh, hey.
I need to make that. Yeah.
That's sick. I love it. I wanted to ask a question, and Dan kind of already asked it, but I will ask it. It was a question that I read because before this I was just like, what questions can we ask Kerrie?
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
googled them. I was like, and it's like, oh, Forbes magazine reckons you should ask these to get to know people.
Oh,
I'm like,
fuck.
okay. What's the earliest memory you have of wanting to be something when you're a kid, like a career that you wanted to have? Like when you were little, what did you want to be basically?
Honestly, I could never figure out. I could never figure out what I wanted to do. Ever. I remember. I was always into like drama and just being a character. You know, I was always role playing as something.
Right.
I was always dressing up. Like my cousins and I, we would like the family barbecues. We would raid through our cupboards and put on a Cinderella performance or something like that. We were always doing something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And in year 7, I had my year 7 teacher handed me this booklet. I was living in Kalgoorlie at the time, which is 7 hours inland of Perth. And shithole town. Absolute
like, don't go
shithole.
there, don't go
Do
there.
not go there. And my year 7 teacher was like, Kerrie, you should audition for this specialist high school. You know, they do these, you know, music theatre and production and cool. I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds great. But in my mind, I was like, I don't want to be an actor. I just want to leave Kalgoorlie. I just want to go to Perth. And then so like I went through all these. I had to go through like 3 auditions to get into the school, which I ended up getting into.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I was in a band for a few years. I was a bass player. We toured with Mental as Anything, and
Did you really?
Yeah, we
fucking
played
way.
with I Killed the Prom Queen. Yeah, we
I remember seeing I Killed the Prom Queen in a backyard when
It
I
was
was
funny
like
because
15
we were
years
like
old.
a real girly poppy band. Hey, we were like, school sucks. You know, like,
teachers, hey.
pretty much playing with this fucking
Homework is shit.
one of the biggest like metalcore bands in Australia, and like the crowd were like, who are these girls?
fuck are these girls?
Who let these children out?
Pretty much. And then yeah, I got into cosplay, and I've helped run conventions and everything since. And it's only really been in the last 2 years that I thought, you know what, maybe I should actually do something with my life.
I'm the same though. Like, but I was thinking about it. I was thinking about like when I was little, I wanted to be for the longest time. My sister was always like, I'm going to be a paleontologist, and I was like, I want to be a plastic surgeon. And mum was like, why? And I'm like, because I want to make people pretty.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about it today, and I'm just like, I'm never going to be a fucking plastic surgeon. And I'm just like, I just want to know what other people thought they were going to be.
If I could be anything,
Yeah.
I would be a rescue helicopter pilot.
Yes! Dude, that's
Like,
fucking
you know,
brutal.
those people that fly real close to the mountains and like lower
Yes.
the paramedics down into like really
Dude,
deep
yes.
gorges, and they fly them out. And that's
They've
what
got
I would
TV
be.
shows dedicated to those
That's
people,
what I
and
would
they're
be.
fucking mental. I love it.
Yeah.
What about... What
I
would you
get
be,
scene
Dan?
in Deep Blue Sea where they are like flying above the water
Yeah.
and they lift in the dude and the shark. They accidentally drop the guy into the water instead, and the shark takes him.
Is that a real thing?
It's like my favorite fucking scene in that movie. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea. It's old as fuck.
Yeah.
There's the second one out. It's terrible.
Was I alive?
Maybe.
No, maybe. Yeah, I was in high school. I don't know. Yeah.
So probably not.
Yeah.
How old are you?
You were probably. I don't know. I'll link it to you after. It's a good scene. It's a good
Alive.
scene.
How
Back
old
in
are
my
you? I'm
day.
alive.
I wanted to be a cartoonist when I was a kid. And
I
can't
can
drop a
see
shit.
that. I can. No,
I can't drop a shit.
you can kind of. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say you're fucking amazing, Dan.
I can't fucking draw.
But I can tell why. Like you kind of. Like,
There's a creativity there,
yeah.
but it's not the path of creativity that I walked down.
Yeah.
I just didn't practice drawing enough.
Now
I did
you're a
when I was
corporate
younger.
fat cat.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Now I don't wear a suit. Fuck that.
I used to paint and draw a lot, but then I started cosplay.
Yeah.
And now I just do a 3D
I'm exactly
version
the same.
of drawing and painting.
I drew a lot as a kid and then stopped when I started making things.
Yeah.
I
And-
did the same thing.
Yeah.
Actually, that's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go back to drawing stuff.
Yeah. I feel like it's a cosplay path. Really.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a big reason why I got into cosplay, is because it was a combination of celebrating the things that I love, which is like anime was a big one at the time, and then like comics and gaming. Yes.
Sorry.
You have no idea.
Same though. No, I remember going to Animania with you one time. I remember seeing you there, and you were like, "Look at me in this anime cosplay."
Yeah, so good.
And I was like, I'm Supergirl. I'm at an anime convention. Oh.
But yeah, like I loved being able, I still love being able to get lost in my craft room and build something, and all of a sudden I'm like, look at these pauldrons I have. Wow, yay.
So cool. And you show people, and you're like, look at my pauldrons.
They're like,
and they're like,
I like your pauldrons.
stay inside.
Thanks.
And you're just like, oh, okay.
Thanks.
Hey, Kerrie, why don't you tell people about your sweet tattoos that you have?
I have many sweet tattoos.
Tell them about the one that we loved the most, the story of the...
Which one?
I'll take a picture and I'll put it on the screen so
This
people
one?
can actually see it.
So this is my Viking rune for lesbians. I made it up myself. Actually, so
I love the story behind it.
when Australia had this awful plebiscite where the government thought it would be a good idea to put to the Australian public to vote, to do this random poll that you didn't even have to participate in. It was just like, if you feel like giving your opinion on this thing, do it. And it was on whether or not gay people could get married. And obviously the only people who care are gay people and super homophobic people. Everyone else is like, I don't care.
It's like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
let them just be married. If
Exactly.
They
They were
want to live
like,
in misery,
just do
go
it.
for it.
Yeah. So during that time, a friend of mine in Sydney had posted this photo, which upset him quite a lot. And someone had made this banner and put it over this bridge, which was like, don't vote, yes, gays are wrong, going to hell, all this other homophobic nonsense. And they'd spray painted 2 dicks touching each other and 2 vaginas touching each other. And I just laughed. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, look at those 2 vaginas touching each other. And so I got it tattooed on my arm because I thought it was hilarious.
I've heard
And
that
so-
story like 3 times
so,
before, and it's my favorite thing
That's
ever.
that's my 2 vaginas touching. It kind of looks like a Spider-Man symbol.
It does. You could totally disguise it as a geek.
I don't know what I've done to my arm there. I've burnt myself or something.
It looks like a burn. That's what I thought
have
earlier.
no idea.
Don't lick it.
Maybe it's makeup. I don't know.
Is it ketchup? You do like ketchup.
I do like. I don't know. I've done something to my arm. I don't remember doing that. But yeah, that's my 2 vaginas touching each other. Cause
And you're spicy?
am I spicy?
And
My
who
s-
did that? Your
my,
mate?
Yeah, my best mate Jason did that when we were very drunk. And my one of my best friends. So my cousin Ebony has memes, and my other friend Jake has memes on his ass. And so we do this routine. It's great. And so we go, hey, we call out someone's name, and he turns around and he moons them and shows us his ass, and then I go doosh, and it's like spicy meme.
memes.
You come in with the fist.
Yeah.
And it's like bam.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good routine. Miss you, Cherry.
I'm gonna die. Oh my god! All right, so it's the last few minutes of the podcast. What are your plans for the future? What are you doing? You got cons coming up. You got costumes you're building.
Yes. So,
Yes, but I'm not going to tell you. Fuck you.
well, you said that this podcast becoming a Monday. By this time would have happened. I would have been doing some stuff with Bethesda to celebrate Elder Scrolls Online coming out. I've been doing a high elf with them, which is pretty cool. They're gonna get a makeup artist in and do me up as a high elf and
That's sick.
roll around Comic-Con like that. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
We're doing something with Bethesda as well.
Yeah, but I'm going to be a Powerpuff Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a bit weird. You're
It's a
gonna be
bit
an elf
off-brand.
Powerpuff
It might
Girl.
be the same thing. I think
It
you
is.
guys doing the same.
We're just basically gonna be like, hey, this thing is happening, but
Yeah.
you'll actually be
I'll
the
be
elf.
as like an elf. yeah,
that's fucking
It's gonna be
cool.
dope. That's what
That's
I've
sick.
that's what I've been working on the last 3 days.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is that what you've been making?
Yes.
Is that the armor that's on your
Yes.
Instagram at the moment? That looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm editing the podcast, so I'm just going to have pictures and pictures and pictures.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna
pictures.
say,
They're
that'd
just
just be-
constantly coming up.
Here's
Photos in
faces.
front of
yeah,
you the
yeah.
whole time.
Especially the vagina, because it
It
makes me happy.
Yeah.
What do you have any cosplay plans? Like
I'm
things in the future?
I'm working on Siri at the moment. I'm living and breathing Witcher 3. I am
I've never played it.
inside Witcher 3 right now. I'm loving it. I'm like
Up to the
I'm
elbow?
like in and around Witcher 3 at the moment.
And then you finish by giving birth to
I know
yourself.
I'm not ready. I'm like getting towards the end of the main quest, but I still have both the DLCs left. And I'm like both excited to play them and afraid to play them at the same time because I'm like I'm not ready for it to end.
How many
and
witches there's only been 3?
There's the 3, yeah.
Are they bringing out more?
They're so the studio that brought out Witcher 3 are bringing out another game which is called Cyberpunk. I forget the number, but like they put that they
69.
they put that on hold while they finished all the DLCs for Witcher 3, and
Right.
now that that's done, they're going to work on that. So a lot of people are hype about that. I'm not as like about sci-fi as much as I am about fantasy, so I don't know if I like it or not, but I do really like Witcher. So I think if this new game is as good as what Witcher 3 was,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be all about it.
Fucking having a great. Can't
Yeah.
you bang in that game?
Yes, there
Is it
is
like
so
full-on
much
bang?
sex. There is. It's great. There are so many beautiful women.
But it's not like those like you don't take part in it. You just watch it.
No,
The
no,
cutscenes, right? You actually
You're
do
in
it.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, that's
you
mad.
You are all about
Man,
that.
GTA got in trouble
Oh
for
man,
that years
Geralt
ago.
has sex with everyone. It's great.
That's the dude, right?
Yeah.
Wait, okay. So I know the dude, that guy, and then there's Siri. I know that one.
Siri's the other silverhead
And then
character.
the orange-haired girl.
That's Triss.
I'm fucking all about that Triss chick.
She's
Dang.
so. Alright, so I dated Yennefer in this game. Yennefer's
Yes.
the black-haired
Yeah.
sorcerer. Just because like she is kind of the first one you get introduced to, and I know that there's more content in the game if you go team Yennefer. But now that I've played, I'm like I have to play again just so I can date Triss because she's.
Date and bang
Team
everybody.
Triss.
Pick who you're banging and shit.
Yeah,
The fuck?
you
get
can
to
bang
romance
Karen.
people.
You bang. There's this chick in Skilligat who's like, if you beat me in a fist fight, I'll have sex with you. Like, okay.
Does she rip your dick off?
No.
Oh, damn.
You beat her at a fight, and
Oh.
she's like, well,
Here's my vagina for you,
pretty
sir.
much. Yeah, it's great.
Dang.
You're like,
I
hell
think-
yeah.
I think on that though, we should probably wrap up.
On that note, I need to go. I've played 15 minutes of Witcher, so I'm like,
You
played
need to
the
play
wrong 15
more.
minutes.
yeah, now I
15
need to go
minutes.
back in and
Guys, if you want to follow Kerrie, we're going to put links to all of her social in the doobly-doo below. We'll put them in the description as well, so you can go and stalk all of her LARPing and cosplays and stuff, and keep an eye on her because she's doing cool shit and we like her and stuff. You can follow us as well if you want. I don't know.
Yeah.
fuck off.
Maybe if you... That's cool.
Yeah.
You can subscribe too if
I
you're
think
into
you
it.
should. It's well worth it.
Thanks, buddy. This is why we brought you on.
That's why
Quality
she's here.
entertainment.
You play her with beer and you tell her to say
I've
things.
been watching you guys for a long time, and been friends with you guys for a long time, and it's cool to see you guys create something as fun as this. And I've loved seeing Boneyard become what it has. So
What should I throw up next?
Foster's.
Foster's is Australia's joke on the world.
It is. It's
Yeah.
fucking terrible.
We've got to go.
So bad.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's time. Oh fuck! It's time.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.